stress, pressure, expectations, and finding out what you're made of. All of those things come into play when you have a top 5 showdown at this point in the season. Hello and welcome everyone to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting, as we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 3rd-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Quickly to the tight end. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but you got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that first down.
He's going to take off. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollack, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the honey badger before the honey badger, but playing D-line. All-time.
The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They are trying to set the tone on the opening drive of the game. They could punt, pin them back deep. Instead, they'll go for it on 4th down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
And this offense choose to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed now. Early in the game, a chance to create momentum, to swing back to the other side of the football field.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. See what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Tosses it incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Intercepted. Got some room to run. The 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the quarterback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got it on the run. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and remember, from this spot, they can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable, because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that 4th down. But because of the execution, it was just too...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Hand off from the shotgun. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Makes the catch. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Throws for the tight end. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw it. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Georgia! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the big dog got him again. And Georgia can be judicious when they blitz because they get pressure from the guys up front.
So nice having a defensive line that hunts. And year after year, Georgia finds these guys, but with the double guys, the guys that can double sacks in a game, double-digit sacks in a season. These guys make your defense really special.
Makes a connection. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. It's caught. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our...
And the quarterback is toast back in the 35.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Back to throw, it's Sayin. He's going for the big play. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. On the run, deep down the right side. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. How about that play? Getting a huge chunk of yardage to wrap up the first quarter, and that's how we'll end it and head to the second.
Georgia 14, Ohio State 0.
They've got a first down here to open the period. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Grabbed in the middle, it's Branch. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to...
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Making side adjustments here. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Throws to the tight end. Fires and picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
And that is elite third down defense. First of all, you get him in third and long, and then you look to the go-to guy, Jesse. I am committing my resources to him because I know he's a freak, and I know you as a quarterback, you're trying to find him.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a first down. He came up a little short. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. To the air, it's Sayin. Finds his man down the middle. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
Really nice discipline by that receiver against man coverage because you know that throw is going to be contested with a defender in your back pocket. He fights back to the football. He fights through contact and shows really strong hands on the catch.
He tries to take the top off. And he's got it inside the 25. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's really worrisome if I'm the head coach, watching my run game suffer the way it has early in this game. And that's why you're down by a lot of points right now. The only way you're going to change the scoreboard is if you're able to find a way to start running it. So if you can't do it with your running backs, you got to think about QB runs, jet sweeps. You got to find ways to have balance and be able to get it done on the ground.
The Buckeyes want to move quickly. Slams it ahead. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the...
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. This was step 1 to getting them back in the ball game.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking for a man, it's Stockton. He lobs one high down the left side. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And after making the interception, a terrific return to put his offense in great field position at the 42.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Leaves it with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. Perhaps a touchdown saving tackle at the 17. And they They just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight it, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
And the Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. He wants it all. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass, it's Stockton. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
The Bulldogs are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Catch in the middle. It's dealt. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
That's caught. It's Branch. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you 1st downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Quickly out to the tight end. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
Finds a little space, and they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going.
Turning it on. There he goes. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it.
He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Coming out with it, it's Tate. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air, it's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. He's down at the 23-yard line. It's a first down, and they've got to show this urgency. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking deep. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time.
Looking for a huge play. Makes the catch on the left. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
I like the play call there. I know it falls incomplete, but you're in the defensive side of the field right now, and you're going back to the guy that's already scored a touchdown for you. This guy has stepped up. He's made a play. So if I'm on offense, I keep throwing him the football.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. The Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. Let's see what he can do with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. To the air, it's Stockton. Got a man, it's Frazier. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Looking for room, it's Frazier. Pass to Stetson, still on his feet. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll try the run. Turning on the Jets. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Quarterback on the keeper. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up.
Throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. Taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Oh, and he missed it. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Back to throw, it's Sayin. He unleashes a long one. Snags it on the right. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run it from the gun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back on this one, they need him to break one off, and it just...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
And the Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
The Buckeyes need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Sayin. He's moving out of the pocket. The throw. Finds his big tight end. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming.
What a snag. How about that catch, man? When he threw the football, you're like, no, don't throw it. But the big fella says, it's my ball. I don't care if anybody's near me. He'll make the catch. That tight end just earned some money.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He caught it! How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it, everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Trying to buy a little room with that shotgun run, and they were lucky to get it back up to the 3.
And this offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore. Right? They've given that up, man. You got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the area of your own end zone. You don't want to flirt with the safety, and that means being physical and getting your back downhill, not going backwards.
Wants to go up top. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 4th interception of the day. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground.
Georgia offense will take over 1st and 10.
They'll get this drive started from their own 26. They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Wants to throw. It's Stockton. Unloads to the wideout. He's open on the right. They finally get to him. A lot of play there to pick up the 1st down. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet and saying,
another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
Well, the good news is after that 2nd pick of the 3rd quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that. But this guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the 1st period of the 2nd half.
And it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. We just weren't able to come down without him.
The Buckeyes need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Brings it down on the right side. It's a seam wide open. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And And the defense lets the big tight end get behind him, and you can see it. When he saw his tight end streaking down the field, he knew he had to throw it up in the air, let him go make a play. He does it. Big play for this offense.
And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a big play up top, going 63 yards to the house. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. And he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. To throw, it's Stockton. Makes the grab, it's Frazier.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. It's on the ground. High ball. Defense has it. They're on the move. He's loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Great job by the defense. The ball's thrown, the ball's completed, swarming to the football, knock it out, and then guess what? Scoop it up, run it back to the end zone. Huge play by this defense.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And here's the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Looking to throw at Stockton. Shoots it to the left. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
And at this point of the game, you just can't say enough about how good the defense has been covering this guy. Coming into the game, they knew he was the critical factor for this offense with his skill set, but they have really been able to shut him down. They force another incompletion down the field looking his way. To me, that's one of the biggest reasons why they're winning this game.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Takes the handoff. It's Frazier. Oh, I'm out of space. Wide open spaces. And after that huge gain, he will have a chance to catch his breath, and he's going to need it. What a way to wrap up the 3rd quarter.
Ohio State 35, Georgia 27.
They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Rides the back on the option, the give. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Got his man quickly. He wrestles him down at the 3 after the grab. It'll be 1st and goal. And the offense knows the task ahead. They're down 8. It's 1st and goal. They need a touchdown and the 2. They'll try to blast their way in. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
He's into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and we're tied here in the final period. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the air. It's Sayin. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
He leaves it with his back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And the Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball raining out of bounds.
The Buckeyes are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Time to take a shot. He's got it inside the 30. There he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off play action on 1st down. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
The Dogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Got him downfield.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know you make big plays.
On third down, he drops to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man by himself. Lots of running room. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Quick completion on the out route. Georgia going up tempo. They'll go up top on second and short. Snagged in the middle. It's White. Stop is made at the 8, but it'll be enough to set up a first and goal. Lost to throw again. Touchdown, Dogs! Fitted in the window for the score.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
What a clutch stop for this defense. You get in the fourth quarter, you got to make those plays, get the ball back to your offense in a position now to go take the lead in this ballgame.
They'll run it from the gun. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Here comes the offense on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Looking to throw on third. That's caught. It's Bell. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Gotta have it here on fourth down. Grab near the sticks. It's Branch.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that fourth down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy's not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Handoff from the gun. And you want to talk about game tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
You got to call the game to win it right now. Less than a minute to go. A field goal is going to do it for you. Every time you drop back and throw the ball, you're risking taking a sack. So if you're going to throw it, the ball's got to come out quickly. But I think at this juncture, you'd love to be able to run and give your field goal kicker a chance.
The give to the lone running back. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11.
Well, they run it right up the middle, try to give their kicker a good angle, and here we go. This is all you can ask for if you're the kicker, an opportunity to go win the game. The ball's right in the middle of the field. You got to go do your job.
And the Dogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. The give to the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Touchdown Bulldogs! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
That is just how the coach wants to draw it up. Take up all the clock, score the go-ahead touchdown. This one is all but over.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.